And I want to take this even a little bit deeper, and it's something that you wrote about in Fierce Medicine. You wrote a whole chapter about ceremony and the power of ceremony, and how you can use ceremony to address the things you want to remove from your life, as well as the things you want to welcome in and celebrate in your life. And I want to get some information from you. What's some advice that you would have for people that want to bring more of this ceremony into their lives without feeling fake about it or like they're just playing ceremony, that they have that real authentic connection to the reverence of their own spirit as they're moving through this ritual or ceremony?
Well, I want to back up a little to something that you said about playing with it. I get you are speaking like with people being disrespectful or shallow, but I want to bring in that playful, because those of us that care and then go into that sort of obnoxious level of having everything to be perfect because they care so much that they end up falling over themselves. It's like, bring in some of that playful. It's like, it's okay, it's your ceremony. Right. So if you get mixed up on the directions or you light your candles in an order other than what you read, it's all right. No God's going to be offended about you lighting the candles in a different direction. They don't care. They don't care. So ceremony is deep, vast, and there's many, 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 many ceremonies. As you grow in ceremony and become more adept at it, just like any other skill. Working in a ceremonial way, in a spirit way, is a skill-building process. But there's a really important one that in the Native American way, we call it the design of energy. And it's literally deciding, like, what is it you want in your life? Like, maybe you want to have yoga in your life every day. Well, what the hell are you doing to do that? You have to do something every day in order to build your way to that. So maybe you start by researching on our smart stupid box, the computer, where is there yoga to you, near you? Or if there isn't any, what can you download? On our website, we have a lot of things that you can download that are classes, or you can buy some DVDs, and there's ways of getting started right in your own home. So when you choose to work with design of energy, there's a really funny fluxation with it, in that we think we're responsible for everything that happens in the world. Like, I created that earthquake. It's like, oh baby, it ain't that powerful yet. Relax. But with design of energy, it's like choosing what are the filaments, the brilliant filaments that I want to weave in this masterpiece of my own life. And there's also these bigger energies that you don't have control of, but how you dance with it, you have control of. For instance, a bigger energy that, I'm going to speak personally, I didn't have control of was my abuse and my being crippled as a child. These were things that I didn't have control of. But as an adult, still working with healing aspects of that, I can choose how to interact with it. And I choose to heal it. And I choose to learn from it. And I choose to dive into those difficult experiences and work them until I extract the gems of wisdom. So it's like this design of energy is like, one, if you want something in your life, and we all do, then what are you doing about it? Do something. Doesn't have to cost you a cent. Do something that starts to build that, instead of just, well, if I pray to the sacred ones, they will bring me my motorcycle. Probably not. But if you start a motorcycle fund, and if you research how to, where's your closest motorcycle course, or what friends do you have that ride motorcycles, so you could research by talking to them, that's a start. And you need to take action, not be a 2-year-old waiting to be fed by the big mama in the sky. Me and a medicine man friend of mine who I've worked with for years, his name is Heyoka Merrifield, he and I were having this funny conversation on the phone the other day, and we were laughing about, we have become the elders that at one time we sought. We're it. We go to ourselves or each other for help. And I actually really like that. I like being able to depend on myself to get what I need, to problem solve, including finding my next level of inspiration. Design of energy, crucially important in ceremony and for living a life of high quality, which I hope for everybody, that they care enough to want that. Part of the benefit of ritual is like when you have to light candles in a certain color in a certain order, and all of that is, each of those steps helps you get deeper into that ceremonial mind. But it's too easy to go into ritual, which goes into empty mind, a can. So very simple ceremony. Get up in the morning. Everybody does that. Sit up straight. Start breathing deeply. You may have to go pee first so that you're not distracted by your bladder. Then sit up. Whether you're in the bed, on the floor, in a chair, doesn't matter. Take about 10 deep breaths. No being wedded to 10. It could be 22. It could be 4. And feel for setting your intent, either for your practice, like let's say I want to stay connected to every breath, or I want to feel my heart, or I want to breathe into my low back pain, or I want to move my resentment and bitterness and anger out of my neck and jaw and brain. You know, it could be anything like that, or it could be just very simply, I want to spend 30 minutes on my yoga mat and really stay there and not flake out. So you can set the intent. Or you could set the intent for the day, which I also recommend, which could be different than the intent on the mat, which could be, I want to see and be touched in my heart by something in beauty, which could be you look actually at the people around you or the person that you are with in a partnership and actually see them truly, instead of just seeing your layers that you habitually see. Because we see very automatically and we forget to look for the truth. And so to look, like right now I'm looking at you and I'm looking past the Chip that I know and love into these whole other layers, and it just, whoom, it hits my heart and brings such a welling up of feeling and love and respect for you, even looking past the parts I already admire and love and respect. So that's being touched in beauty. In Arizona, you could look in almost any direction and be touched by something in beauty. It's like in Scottsdale, look at the beautiful mountains, or look at the deserts, or one of the hawks flying over the cactus, or those funny coyotes that love to roam around there. There's so many things that you could be momentarily touched by. So that could be your intent is, can I feed myself beauty? Can I open myself to feeling to that degree at least once a day? And maybe even make it part of my daily spiritual requirements that 3 times a day I feed myself beauty. It doesn't have to be in the same way. It could be really feeling the pleasure of a pose, or when you're having sex with your partner, to really feel the pleasure of the sensual unfolding of what's happening there, instead of just trying to get to an orgasm or get to where you're done so you can go do whatever. Like to actually really sensate. And to feel for letting it dance in your heart. So that's ceremony on a level that anybody can do, whether or not they remember the correct color candles or which one you should light first. Very simple ceremony.
Oh, that's great. That's really great. And I feel people are craving this, or they feel like there's something missing from their lives. They may not even know what it is. And I feel like this is the result of what you were speaking about at the beginning of our interview, where these spiritual manipulations that have been in place for thousands of years are ceasing to be relevant for people. And so it's left a pocket to fill. And what you just listed there is so basic, you know, and what is that? Maybe a combined total of 5 minutes, 10 minutes that you can do every day. Mm-hmm. Make it part of your morning routine. Oh yeah, I brush my teeth and I get my 10 mindful breaths and then I go and face the day, you know?